Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. We've made this Wednesday and Pauper Day today. Wildswood rain, hopefully tomorrow. If not, maybe a surprise from one of the cards I've added in recently. I'm trying to pick up some Wildswood rain commanders to get things done and dusted now, but the prices are going, whee, all over the place at the moment. So might be a slight delay, but I'm definitely going to try and get one out tomorrow. But anyway, Pauper Day, and well, you all know what you're here for, and it's probably another one of the decks. I must admit, I have to say, before I go into the deck, I'm really enjoying trying to do these Pauper decks. It's making me actually think, because I can't do my usual, all these nice rare lands. Here's all my mocks, my suspend cards. Here's my soul ring, la da da da. It's making me think, and I'm really enjoying it. So, you know what you're here for today. We're here for Fynn the Fangbearer today. 1 and a green for a 1/3 with Death Touch. And whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. A player with 10 poison counters or more will lose the game. And that is still true on MTGO. They haven't changed it now. I know a lot of people, house rules, local gaming clubs, gaming stores are my local gaming store, the Mug and Meeple. We have a rule in place: poison counters 21, same as commander damage if you want to do it that way. But yeah, MTGO, no, doesn't do that. You get your 10 poison counters, you kill someone. So yeah, creatures with Death Touch, really easy to do if you're trying to do it from a point of view that you're going to try and do it using rares and mythics and uncommons. Not quite as straightforward when you're using commons only, but it's Pauper. It's a challenge I've enjoyed it, and this is the deck. Obviously 36 lands, the majority of which are forests, unsurprisingly. Opal Palace is here just so we can make our little Fynn a little bit bigger as he gets killed off. Gingerbread Cabin gives us a food once we get the 3 forests into play, hopefully. Riveteer's Outlook lets us go and find a forest, along with Terramorphic Expanse, along with Evolving Wilds, along with the Courtyard, the Hideout, and then Fertile Vicket goes and finds us enter battlefield, look at the top 5 cards, find a basic land, so that gives us another forest if we there. Desert of the Indomitable just gives a bit of cycling for card draw, and Evolving Wilds I've mentioned. So how are we going to do this? We want to make sure our creatures have Death Touch, so it's kind of hard. Yeah, it was a challenge, I'm going to say, but we've got a plan. It's not a great plan, but we have a plan. So, Arbor Elf, Fire and Order Elves lets us just get some more mana. I'm playing Arbor Elf because I don't know, couldn't be bothered to go through my collection and find Landwar Elf, so hey, we've got Arbor Elf instead. Aspect of the Hydra pumps up our Death Touch guys, which is quite nice and can be relevant. Death Touch guy number 1, Fang of Shigeki. 1 green for a 1/1 snake with Death Touch, that's nice. Might of the Masses. Each target creature gets +1/+1 as the end turn for each creature you control. So that's quite a nice combat trick, which you can take some of the big stuff down. Mirkwood Spider, Death Touch. When it attacks, target legendary creature you control gains Death Touch to the end of turn. Bit pointless, but it's a 1/1 with Death Touch along with Moss Viper. And then Thirsting Roots. Little bit of proliferation if we need it. Ambush Viper flashes in, has Death Touch. Ancient Animist, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control as legendary, then it fights a creature an opponent controls. With Death Touch creatures, yes, it will kill them because most of them are X1s to say the least, unless it's obviously Fynn, in which case he may be bigger and survive it, but it's a nice way of killing out something that's going to beat you up quite happily in Pauper. Bitterblade Warrior enters. You may exert its attacks. If you do, it gets +1 and gains Death Touch. So yeah, okay, you can't untap the next turn, but you do get in 3 damage and gain a little bit of Death Touch fun. Branch Bright Stalker, Toxic 2, so it does hold poison counters. Gets 2 poison counters when someone dies. Not many toxic creatures in here. There's a few, but not many. There's another way of just getting some more poison on the go, really. And Copper Longlegs gives another way to proliferate. So, a few counters here and there. Get close to the 10. Maybe we can proliferate our opponent. So, it's possible. Cosmic Hunter deals damage equal to its power to another target creature or player or battle. That's fine. Deadly Recluse, Flat Reach with Death Touch. Might of the Old Ways, sorry, gets +2/+2. Then if we've got creatures with 3 different powers, we get to draw cards. That's quite nice. Pestilent Wolf, we can pay 3 mana to give it Death Touch, which, yeah, late game's fine. Pollen Bright Druid does the proliferation stuff that we may need. Prize Fight, another way of dealing damage. Well, each target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So, yeah, another way of killing off something. Rampant Growth, just for another get forest out. Ruthless Predation, pumps our creature, then we do the whole fight thing. So, it's nice with the Death Touch. Savage Punch, target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. And then creature you control gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn before it fights if you control another creature with power 4 or more. Quite possible. Toxic Scorpion, Death Touch, enters the battlefield, another target creature you control's Death Touch until the end of the turn, so that's quite cool. Witch's Web, untap a creature, pump it, and it gains reach. Woo's Pathfinder. Yeah, there's a reason for this being in the deck, and I'll be honest about it. It gives a creature +3/+3 in trample for the bargain cost of 7 mana. If you can spot my sarcasm there, well done. But it also acts as a bit of ramp, so it's a nice way to make sure some of the Death Touch creatures dealt damage. We have a little bit of ramp down the end here with Arcane Signet, which was, I've included the common version to prove it is available at common. Coppermere is also there to ramp along with Moss Diamond. But Dune Mover is Toxic 1. Enters the battlefield, you may search your land for a basic land card, reveal it, shuffle it, and put that card on top. So if you're short of land, it's one way of guaranteeing your draw next turn. And Ironclaw Maw has Infect. This is a nice one. Infect's quite cool if you can get it pumped up. And it makes sure that those -1/-1 counters become poison counters. So, for some of the pump spells we've got going on, could be quite useful. And Kite Sail gives us some evasion. Give one of the creatures that's got Death Touch or Infect or Toxic or anything like that flying, gets around the whole, we got blockers on the ground, we're going to stop you. I think people forget about Kite Sail. It's not a bad card in Pauper. 3 drops, Adaptive Spore Singer, another way of proliferating if we need it to. Ambush Case, another fight spell. No, punch spell, sorry. Bearer of Memory, he gets put +1/+1 counter on target enchantment creature and it gains trample until the end of the turn. Not the best thing. We haven't got that many enchantment creatures in here outside of our snake over here, wherever it's gone. There you go. And a few of the other bits and pieces. So this is probably one we can drop out. But yeah. Put +1/+1 counter on a target enchantment creature. I think it probably does need to come out. What to replace it with at the moment, don't know. Got any ideas? Let me know in the comments. Carnivorous Canopy, just another way of proliferating if we're killing off an enchantment artifact or a creature with flying. Cartouche Strength does the whole fight thing and +1/+1 in trample. Clear Shot, +1/+1. Deals its damage to target creature, so no fights there, but it's a punch, which is cool. Contagious Vorak. If you didn't put a card in your hand, this way proliferate, which is what we're going to be doing with it a lot. Encouraging Class, and then +1/+1 counter on a creature, and then proliferate. Thank you. Deathbloom Gardener has Death Touch and ramps. Farhaven Elf goes and gets to the forest. Ichor Basilisk has Death Touch and Toxic 1. Now, I'm not sure how Death Touch and Toxic 1 react with this, but it's going to be fun finding out. Jeweled Thief, Vigilance and Trample. That's fine, gives us a treasure token when it comes in the battlefield. Jeweled Eye Cobra has Death Touch, and when it dies, we get an eye effect. Excuse me. Maze's Mantle has enchanted creature, has Toxic. That creature gains hexproof until the end of turn, and +2/+2. It's fine. Serpent Blade is silent, backup, and Death Touch. Cope with that. Time to Feed, another way of giving target creature an opponent controls. That when that creature dies this turn, you gain 3 life. Target creature you control fights that creature. Okay. Tusken Captain, we have a few ways of checking some +1/+1 counters around, so giving them trample seems like a no-brainer. We'll come into him. Commander Sphere and Phyrexian Atlas. Commander Sphere for ramp, Phyrexian Atlas also for ramp, but once we can get 3 poison counters on everybody, we can get to start losing life and maybe win that way. Hoarding Recluse has Death Touch, and if it dies, you get to put target card from the graveyard on the bottom of his owner's library. Ivy Lane Denzian. There you go. That's how you get +1/+1 counts on everything, giving them trample with our wonderful Tuskguard Captain. Green deck, no brainer not to have Ivy Lane in here. Phyrex Disciple has Death Touch and is renowned. Plague Nurse has Toxic 2. And Urban Daggertooth, whenever it becomes dealt damage, you get to proliferate. Another way of getting proliferation on the go once you've got poison counters around. Which is really easy now because it looks really nice on the screen when you're playing on MTGO, because you get nice red boxes around who you're targeting and what you're targeting. It's nice. Well, good upgrade, Daybreak Games, if you're watching. Thank you. Crasher Rhinos, we may get 10 lands in a play. 15-15. Yeah, okay, cope with that. Soul's Might gets put a whole load of +1/+1 counters on a creature where that X's that creature's power. I couldn't resist Watcher in the Web. 2/5 for 5 mana. Bad. Reach. Okay. Can block an additional 7 creatures in combat. Okay, yeah, that kind of gums up the board quite nicely. Thank you. Greater Basilisk has Death Touch. Silverback Shaman is here, has Trample, and it gives us a card draw. Stampeding Elk Herd has, if we've got, whenever Stampeding Elk Herd attacks, if creatures you control have total power of 8 or greater, everything gains Trample. So it gives us a way of getting the Death Touch damage through. Don't forget, if something blocks, you've got, I don't know, say your Death Touch guys are 4/4, for example, you block it with 2 creatures. You've only got to assign 1 point of damage to each creature, and you still get to trample over for 2. Because of how Death Touch works. It's worth remembering that, people forget. Tyrannix Atrocity has got Haste and Toxic, and then finally Orchard Strider, just to go and get a forest if we need it desperately, or get some food tokens, gain some life back if we need it. But that is my Pauper version of Fynn, the Fangbearer. I'm not sure how good it is. I'm going to have fun playing it, I know that much. I did manage to get in a Pauper game early on last week with Arden, the intrepid archaeologist, whatever it is, the one that really cares about some equipment stuff. I really enjoyed playing it. It was good fun having a game of Pauper with Commander. So yeah, still going to keep going. This is the next one I'm doing. One a week, like I said. I'm going to try and stick to it as long as I can. Hopefully with some of the new sets coming out, I get to play with some more things that are more fun. But that's it for now. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you could. I'm at 230 subscribers that have come through as I'm recording this. So thank you to my latest subscriber, who is Adam Grove. So thank you very much, Adam. And Cheppy 1993 was 229. So thank you both of you for the subscriptions. I appreciate it. If you can carry on to get your friends to subscribe as well, help me out, help me get a little bit closer to that 500 level. I'd really appreciate it. But for now, you can see me play this on Twitch, or if you see Recmar40 on MTGO and you want a game, please send me a challenge. I will quite happily take challenges as I'm playing, if I'm not in another game anyway. But yeah, take care. I'll see you soon. Come see me on Twitch, or yeah, watch out for some YouTube videos. Hopefully tomorrow you'll see some Wildsvale Drain stuff. If not, then maybe a surprise. Take care. See you soon. Bye.